in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I have for you in this reaction video, I am going to present to you a person who I would consider to be a simp and a sucker. What do I mean by that right there? This man has given in to modern women's requests and demands for a taller man. This man did what they call a height surgery. They extended his knees and legs. He went from 5'5" to 6 foot. Yes, I'm about to show him to you right now, and we're finna just get it going. Hold on 1 second. I put it on your screen. This is sad. And he's going to talk about how it helps him on the dating field around the end. Let's get it. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Let's get it.
You're looking at yourself as a 6 foot tall man for the first time in your life.
It was real weird because so oddly enough, your mind takes a while to process the fact that you're taller. So you can't actually you'll look in the mirror, but you don't actually feel like anything changed. It takes a little bit of time for your mind to process it. You don't actually, because you've seen it in it's just like a growth spurt. You don't realize you're taller until you get around other people. So I didn't realize how tall I was until I got back out into the world and realized I didn't feel tall, but at the same time, I'm taller than most people everywhere I go. So it's...
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 6'2".
Yeah.
So before the interview, you and I kind of stood side by side, and it's like, okay, we're pretty close now in height. And with me, I'm significantly taller than both of my parents, but that's because they grew up in Ukraine. I came to America when I was about 4 or 5. I think the diet I had access to here in terms of milk and vitamins and so forth just caused me to grow more than they did. I think. I have no other idea.
Yeah, I definitely think my diet played a part in it because, we struggled a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lower income neighborhoods, you don't have access to the best food. Kids end up not being as tall. Yeah. So now you're 6 feet tall. But you have to learn how to walk again. You go crazy in the gym.
Absolutely.
I think you actually asked if there was a gym in the studio.
I did.
There's a Planet Fitness next door.
Yeah. So I thought about looking up a gym, but I ended up just figuring it out yesterday. I just spent all yesterday in the gym. So.
Okay, got it. How much time do you spend in the gym?
It just depends on the day. It depends between 4 to 8, sometimes more.
4 to 8 hours.
4 to 8 hours.
This is a part-time job or a full-time job? Depends.
This is crazy. To do something to your body, something that can prevent you from possibly walking again because certain people who have went through this procedure failed to do the rehab. And it made them to where they could no longer walk properly again. To do this to yourself just so that you can receive the admiration of today's modern woman is stupid in my most humble opinion. Okay, let's keep going.
Depending on what day you go.
Just depends.
I mean, how do you support yourself if you're in the gym essentially full time?
Well, I have, like I said, I'm back into business now. So I have my business going on. I have a few other things going for myself, all legit. I'm all legit now.
Okay.
But I just have a few different things going on for myself at this time in my life.
Right now, how long ago was your last operation?
Last May or June. 2023 May or June, not 2024.
Year and a half?
Yeah.
Walking around, do you walk as well as you used to walk?
Pretty much. The way I walk around, you wouldn't, unless I'm tired, really tired, or I've been sitting down for too long, you wouldn't even know I had surgery when I'm walking around.
Okay, not me noticing, but you yourself. Walking 5 blocks, exactly the same as before, or a little bit different?
Nah, I start to feel my legs will start to feel very tired. My legs are very heavy, mainly because of the rods and the new, so my legs get heavy.
So you actually, you're lugging around metal rods.
They get pretty heavy.
This man has metal rods in his legs, walking crazy, put himself through rehab for a year just to receive the validation of modern women, which he will speak on a little bit later. But I've been following his story, and one of his main motivators to go get this type of height surgery is to get the attention from the ladies, because he was 5'5". Now, I am not a hater. I am 6.5 to 6'1" myself, okay? So I don't want you to think I'm hating on this man. But even if I wasn't my height, I'd be damned if I would go get surgery on my body to get taller just so I can get a musty back heifer in my life.
Ah, how much weight did you gain before and after? I mean, in terms of just...
When I did the surgery, so I was, like I said, I was back on track with life. So I had put on all this weight in the gym every day, like going hard, did the surgery. By the time from that 6 months, I was eating as much as I could, working out every day. I still lost 50 pounds.
Okay.
So I was pissed. I was pissed about that. That was probably the one downfall for me.
Like, how long did it take from the last surgery, 1.5 years ago, to start walking more or less normally?
A year.
A year.
Like actual normal, a year and some change.
Now, what's scary though, I mean, you were talking about this a while back, is that some people don't take the rehab very seriously.
Absolutely.
And they end up never walking normally again.
That is true.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah.
You go in to get taller and you end up with the inability to properly walk. And you've seen this.
Absolutely.
Why do you think this happens?
Well, I already knew this would be the case. I knew this would work out like this when I saw a lot of, when I met some of the people, you know what I mean? Their mindsets was a little bit more immature. And I had a lot of maturing to do myself, a lot. But they had a very like immature mindset. They didn't look at life, they looked at life as, you know, not as serious. So a lot of people just didn't take rehab serious at all, or didn't do any rehab, which didn't make sense to me. And everybody would think I'm crazy because they're like, why do you spend so much time in the gym? Like, this is my ability to walk. I did something, I know it's crazy. I know. I did something crazy to myself, and no matter what happened, I used to laugh at myself, like on days where I thought maybe I'll never walk right again, I would be so frustrated, but I would laugh because I'm like, that's your dumb ass, you did it.
Think about this. This is the mindset of a simp. At least he admits that he did it to himself, but to laugh at yourself because you may be ruining your future, may not ever be able to walk again or walk properly, you're just going to laugh at your calamity. All this to get the attention of women. He had no other reasons to do this. His self-esteem was low. He needed validation from women. I don't think this young man had a daddy. If he did, I feel sorry for him. I don't think he had any male role models. If he did, they must have been beta men, because an alpha male is not going to tell another young brother to go get surgery to get taller so that you can have women. You can get women by just being productive. Let's continue.
And I just keep pushing, like, okay, all I can do is keep going and see what happens. But a lot of people didn't have that like mental forefront. They was just like, I did the surgery, cool, I'm taller.
That's it, I'm done.
That's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
This is what I've learned is anything that you do is a lifestyle. Like, people in the gym will tell you going to the gym is a lifestyle. People in their career field will tell you this is a lifestyle. I have to gear my life around this. So that's the same. That's no different with the surgery, like recovery. When you're something like this, the body was never meant to undergo. The body was not, this is traumatic to the body. The body is the body's ability to recover is astonishing. It's amazing. I was a combat medic. The body can recover from some crazy shit, but it was never meant to recover from something like this. So you have to push yourself a little bit harder than you're used to. And they just didn't have that mindset. And it was unfortunate for them, but at the same time, they made the same choice I made. They signed the same paper I signed, so.
This man just told you that he understood that the human body, the human male body and woman, because we feel to cover that, but the human body was never designed to go through this. But he had to push through it just so that he can get the attention of modern women.
For all men?
Men and women. Men.
Was there women there as well?
Absolutely.
Really? Why would women get height surgery?
most of them said something about flight attendants have to be a certain height or
Did it for
modeling.
work?
That's what
That's
they
crazy.
said. I don't know anything about that, but
I
most
find
of them
myself a new
said
job, man. That's
most
crazy.
of them said flight attendants have to be a certain height, models have to be a certain height. That was the two biggest things because it was some very pretty women there. So
Okay, so some of the women were very attractive.
yeah,
How about the men?
someone was it was different layers. It was different tiers of men there. There was some businessmen, very respectable. There was some very like charismatic men, saying like to them, there's just another check in the box. They just improving the quality of life because we all know you don't need height, but height definitely help, especially like in the dating field or like, the height definitely helps. So you don't need it, but it's cool to have.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that might be the sucker of the decade right there. But he talked about it, how height helps in the dating field. Had nothing to do with him needing a surgery to prevent some type of terminal illness or whatnot, but just to look good to other people. Boy. Anyway, you let me know what you think about this episode. I'll be talking to you pretty soon. You take it easy now. You hear me?